Hello everyone, myself Indrajit and I am before you to continue the second part of the rise of nationalism in Europe, class 10th, history, chapter 1. Hope you all have enjoyed my video, the first part. It was just an introduction. Now the chapter starts here, right? We have discussed this thing, we have discussed the figure, right? So we have to move further. And we have to start from here. Got it? Fine. The French Revolution and the idea of the nation. Class 9. Connection with class 10. See here. The first clear expression of nationalism came with the French Revolution in 1789. The expression of nationalism among the people. Feeling of nationalism among the people. Right? It came from French Revolution. French Revolution. Got it? Okay. It took place in 1789. France, as you remember, was a full-fledged territorial state in 1789 under monarch, right? Under an absolute monarch. The political and constitutional changes that came in the wake of French Revolution led to the transfer of sovereignty. Sovereignty, what is the meaning of sovereignty? Sovereignty means one is free to take the decision himself or herself or itself, right? India is sovereign by nature. It means India can take decision on its own without any external interference. Now I think you understood the meaning of sovereign. Now, the political and constitutional changes that came in the wake of French Revolution led to the transfer of sovereignty from the monarchy to the body of French citizens. The population proclaimed that it was the people. The country is for the people, so it was the people who would henceforth constitute the nation and shape its destiny. What is the work of monarchy now? It is the people, the country is for us. It is the people who will shape the destiny of the nation. The country is ours. This was the feeling of nationalism among the people, the French. From the very beginning, the French revolutionaries introduced various measures. See, when this feeling came no inside the people that the country is ours and we are here to save the destiny of our country, then in the course of that they started taking several measures. What type of measures? What type of steps they took? See here. They introduced various measures and practices that could create a sense of collective identity among the French people that we all are one. We all are one. And what they introduced? They introduced the idea of la patrie, that is the fatherland, and le citoyen, that is the citizen. That is citizen of this France. Emphasize the notion of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution. All the French people in this country, we are enjoying equal rights. Who is monarch? The country is ours. We will save the destiny of our country. Who is monarch? And that's why we are taking several measures. We are taking several measures. And that's why, in that case, you see what happened. They emphasize the notion of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution, a new French flag, the tricolor. Tricolor. The tricolor was chosen to replace royal standard. Royal standard means the flag of royal standard, that is of monarch. Got it? Understood? So now they want to throw it out. Why to live under the, or why to sustain under the royal standard or royal flag? No, we France in We French people, we are having our own tricolor. And the States General was elected by the body of active citizens and renamed the National Assembly. So it was a French general, see, States General, sorry, States General, the States, the States General. The States General, it was elected by the body of active citizens. There were two types of citizens during French Revolution. I think you all are knowing: active citizens and passive citizens. Who were allowed to vote? Active citizens. So these active citizens, they renamed it as, now in place of State General, now there will be, it will be renamed the National Assembly. The National Assembly. National Assembly. So the States General was elected by the body of active citizens and renamed the National Assembly. Now hymns were composed, writers, poets, they started writing so many folklore songs, different types of things. See here, hymns were composed, oaths taken, and martyrs commemorated. In the name of the nation, a centralized administrative system was put in place and it formulated uniform laws. Uniform laws for whom? For all the people. Now there is central administrative system, right? And there will be equal law, uniform law for all the people who are living in France within the territory. Internal custom duties were abolished and a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. There was a uniform system of custom duties now. Whatever the taxes, it will be nominal. Earlier, huge amount of taxes were imposed on the people. Different types of weights and measurements were there. So people were overburdened. And you see here, internal custom duties which were imposed at that time under monarchical rule, it was abolished and a uniform system of weights and measurements measures was adopted. Regional dialects were discouraged. Why? There should not be any discrimination. There should not be any differentiation among the people. And that's why the regional dialects. Otherwise, what will happen? Different regions will have different dialects. They will speak different language, and they will become united. And that's why the regional dialects were discouraged, and French, as it was spoken and written in Paris, it became the common language of the nation. For French, this will be the language. For the people of France, this will be the language. Regional dialects, no. Because if people will be speaking regional dialects, how the feeling of unity will come among the people? So to bring unity, to bring oneness, to bring commonness among the people, to create a feeling of nationalism among the people, now French became the common language of the people. It became an identity for them. The revolutionaries further declared that it was the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the people of Europe from despotism, from this despotic power of the king. It is the duty of the French people to liberate the people from the despotic power of the king. In other words, to help other parts of Europe to become nations. When the news of events in France reached the different cities, now students, teachers, lawyers, doctors, everyone, they were enjoying, like we have festivals, no, at our house. We all are enjoying, we all are busy. Someone is doing this, someone is doing that. All are enjoying. In the same way, in Europe, in different cities of Europe, students and other members of educated middle class began setting up Jacobin clubs. They started for making Jacobin clubs, and they started making the decisions that what should be do, what measures should be taken. They formed Jacobin clubs. Their activities and campaigns, all were actively participating. All the students, teachers, lawyers, doctors, each and every, all the citizens of the country, they were actively participating, and their activities and campaigns prepared the way for French armies, which moved into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, much of Italy in the 1790s. With the outbreak of the Revolutionary War, the French armies, they began to carry the idea of nationalism abroad. Even the French armies, they started carrying the idea of nationalism to other parts of Europe. This is the map. You can go through it. Now, within the wide swathe of territory that came under his control, now the entry of Napoleon, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon set about introducing many of the reforms. He brought so many changes. He brought monarchical rule also. But he made so many changes. What type of changes? See, Napoleon had no doubt destroyed democracy. But in France, but in the administrative field, he had incorporated the revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and more efficient. So to make the whole system, see, Napoleon, he destroyed democracy in France, that is correct. But he made so many changes. He made so many changes to bring uniformity in France. There should be uniform, each and everything, rules, regulations, everything. We'll see here. He started Civil Code of 1804, which is also known as Napoleonic Code. Right? He did away with all the privileges. During a monarchy rule, what happened? There were so many privileges given to the people who were as per their birth. So he did away all the privileges based on birth. जन्म के आधार पर जो privilege है कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Right? Okay. Established equality before the law and secured the right to property. So generally it happens in democracy, there'll be equality, there'll be equal right, है ना? Then there'll be equal law for everyone. Then the right to property will be carried out. Safety and security will be there. All will be treated in equal manner. There'll be equal weights and measurement, each and everything. There'll be no privilege based on birth, like same as we see in democracy or in a democratic country. This code was exported to the regions under French control. And this idea of Napoleon, it was taken to other parts also. In the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy and Germany, Napoleon simplified the administrative system. He made so many changes. He made so many changes. Napoleon did so many changes. He abolished the feudal system. Now the thing is, what is feudal system? Anyone? If you know, please write in the comment box. Feudal lords, right? The land is given to the peasants and the people will have to do bonded labor. They'll have to pay the money. It's called feudal system. They had and these people were given a piece of land, and because of that, that person will have to do labor free of cost. Then feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. What were the taxes it was imposed? See, people who came under this category, the serfdom, the peasants, they were not allowed to choose any other occupation. Even they were not allowed to marry without their permission. They cannot leave their land. Their life, it was totally a different life. Totally, we can say like slave, no? Same thing. Napoleon simplified the administrative divisions. Okay, yeah, it's over. Now, in the times too, guild restrictions were removed. Whatever the guild restrictions, what is guild? Associations of workers, merchants, we call it guild. So when we talk about guilds, the merchants, the businessmen, they what they did, they started making their own rules and regulations. Now no one is going to check them, control them. They can make their own rules and regulations, and they were knowing that now the time has come and we can carry out our business activities. So it became a chance to start the new business. Enjoyed a newfound freedom, business and small scale producers of goods in particular, they began to realize that uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency would facilitate the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to another. In short, the trade and commerce will flourish. There will be huge development because now the government is giving support. However, in the areas conquered, the reactions of the local populations to French were mixed. Some were happy, some were sad, some were afraid. What is going to come? What will happen next? See here. Initially, in many places, such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Milan, Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. That the people have come who will liberate us from all our problems. Masiha, right? But the initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility, and it became clear that the new administrative arrangements did not go hand in hand with political freedom. Increased taxation, censorship, all these things started now. Slowly, slowly it is coming. Increased taxation, censorship, forced conscription into the French armies. They were required to conquer rest of the Europe. Now rest of the Europe has to be conquered, and that's why the taxes were imposed. Censorship was done. People were forced to join the French armies. All seemed to outweigh the advantages of the administrative changes. Now, whatever the people were expecting in the beginning, now the just reverse is coming. है ना? So that's all in this video. I think I have made myself clear. You all understood. It's my humble request that please, whatever the topics I'm teaching here, no, read at least for 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes. Just after my video and see the full video. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes will not work. You have to go through the whole video. This video is not for enjoyment purpose. It is to learn. That's why I have taken this platform to teach you. Right? Okay. So that's all from this in this video, and we'll move to the next video. So if you have liked this video, then please subscribe my channel. If you have liked my video, please put on the like button and write comments and share to other students also. You are having so many students who are on the Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, this and that. Help them to learn. At least make them aware that a class is going on which is based on totally NCRT, and I'm teaching you, as you have seen, it is totally line by line. Got it? Okay. So thanks for today. Good day. Bye.